It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Tim Hardaway.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Randall, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blower. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And he can't get the first one. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
So he comes up empty at the line. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. Connects from 3-point range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Shot by McDaniels, no good. Detroit's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Conley against Cunningham. Thompson in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over McDaniel. Minnesota with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
Yeah, and it can be deflating when you leave all those points at the line. But it generally is a make-or-miss league.
Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader. Well, the pressure on Cunningham when he came into the league was immense. He's gone through adversity, but he's never stopped working to improve.
Another miss by Minnesota.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Cunningham. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Taking a look here at some stats for Cunningham. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Averaging 23 points per game, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. But you look at the rebound totals, and it's a big part of what he does for this team.
Everybody has their strengths. Easy to see that rebounding is his, and he is honed in on it.
Pistons leading by 9. And it's Hardaway atop the key. Such a wide open look. Hardaway has got 5 now.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Randall passes to McDaniels. Gobert with it. He has yet to score. Three-pointer, Randall. Duran pulls it in.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
Pistons passing it around. Harris setting the pick for Cunningham. There's the three. No good on that one.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Gobert with a screen on Thompson. Thompson against McDaniel. They could use a bucket. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
And that one misses. And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
Shoot two.
And he makes the first. And the defense of the Timberwolves, Stan, as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Beasley's checked in for Thompson. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Timberwolves. They've managed to crawl down to the 9th best record in the conference.
And I think for Minnesota, they find themselves as just a middle-of-the-road team this year. Opponents they would have blown away last season are giving them all they can handle at this point.
Well, it shows you just how quickly things change in this league. Even if the rosters look similar, these aren't the same opponents.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Duran sets the screen for Beasley. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's the kind of defensive effort we've come to expect from Gobert.
Here's McDaniels. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McDaniels got 7 points.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Hardaway for three. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now here's Randall. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Here's the floaters. Edwards can't hit. Detroit leading by 11. Pass to Duran. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Now here is Hardaway. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Hornets. For 3, Beasley. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 13. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing them, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Free throw good, Edwards. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Stewart hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
And so it's Detroit with it. Following the miss by Julius Randle from deep, and Holland gets it to go.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Reed. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Just 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Take a quick look at the numbers for Julius Randle. He's averaging 19 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the 3 by Detroit. Reed with a screen on Harris. To the paint, it's tipped. Stewart with the steal. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Pistons lead by 17. Outside, Edwards. No good with the triple.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
with the teardrop. Minnesota with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
You know, some teams just have your number, and that was the case between these two last season.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Alexander Walker's got 5 points so far. Pass to Holland. Stewart with the screen on Edwards. Holland, no good. Timberwolves trail by 15. Alexander Walker passes to Randall.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Now, here's Stewart. Stewart with the screen on Edwards. Fouled beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Pistons.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
Well, Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, and we were just talking the other day, what a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great, great, great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
And he nails the third.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Pass to Gobert. Reed with it. And here is DiVincenzo. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Gobert. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot off.
Here's Holland. 29 seconds left to play here in the first. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Reed is so tough to contend with inside. Knows how to put a defender in a tough spot.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. That free throw missing.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
He doesn't get the second one.
Well, the biggest thing Naz Reid brings to your team, spacing. Reid can play the 5 and hit threes. There aren't a lot of guys like him.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Pistons here, guys.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 14-point game. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. Harris is out there with Hardaway. And it's Stewart in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And that's all about strength for Stewart. For him to be able to get the ball in the hoop while absorbing the foul.
And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Now DiVincenzo, still scoreless. Edwards passes to Gobert and finished off by Gobert.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Stewart, a screen for Beasley. Hits it from three-point range. Beasley's got his second bucket of the night.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. No good on the free throw. Randall's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And he sinks the second. Pistons leading by 14. Outside Hardaway. The Pistons working the ball around now. Stewart, a screen for Beasley. Lets it go. Drops one in from the wing. Stewart's got 7 points in the game.
Preparation paying off for Stewart. He was on his spot and ready to go the second he got the ball.
Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. No good on the wing three.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
Conley finds Reed. And here's Randall. Reed with a screen on Harris. No coverage that time. He's got 8.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Pass to Stewart. For 3, Beasley. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And he comes up with the deuce.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D-thinking jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Here's Stewart. Not happening that time. His second miss in 5 shots. Alexander Walker passes to Conley. Now Reed. Pass to Randall. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Reed misses. Detroit leading by 13. It's tipped. Conley with it. Beasley covering. Here is Conley. Still yet to score. Here's Reed. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Yeah, really not where you expect Reed to shoot from, but he clearly made the right choice by taking that shot.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Detroit making a switch. Duran's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. McDaniels, he's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Duran finds Stewart. Conley against Cunningham. Gets it down to single digits. Randall's got 5 points now this quarter.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
For three, Beasley. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Randall, and it's denied.
Great recognition from Stewart. I like seeing him use his length and size to make an impact on defense. Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Edwards' shot is good.
Well, it's nice to see your guys taking and making the shots as you designed it, especially the shots you should take.
Back to Cunningham. Over Conley. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Yeah, that's a shot that Cunningham is very comfortable with. No problem with the mid-range.
Back to Reed. Hardaway with the steal. And now the Pistons fast break. Detroit keeping it alive. A new 14. That's a 2 from Cunningham. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Cunningham is so skilled working the pick and roll. That time the play was for himself to score.
Here's Conley. Cunningham with some nice D.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Cunningham sets a screen for Hardaway. Fires from way outside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley kicks to McDaniels. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley, making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
This is his 2nd attempt at the line tonight. A different look here for Detroit. Holland, he's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Duren. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Hardaway. And then for Minnesota, Rudy Gobert comes in for Naz Reid. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Has to Gobert. Back to McDaniels. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Here's Holland. He's got 5. That one falls. His 2nd basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Sasser. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Pistons have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
First free throw is good. Duren, he's checked in for Detroit. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Alexander Walker's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Randall outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Thompson surveying the floor. Here's Holland. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Holland's got 9.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
To halt the run, that's good from Randall on the assist from Edwards. Edwards got his 3rd assist on the night. Thompson outside. Lobbed up there for Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go with a 3. Duren pulls it in.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Holland's got 7 points here in this quarter.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that. Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Pass to Sasser. Duren with a screen on DiVincenzo. Sasser against the bucket.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
It's stolen by Duren. Here's Sasser. And it's Thompson with the jam.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
And you look at Asar Thompson, coach, already imposing at the defensive end of the floor.
He certainly is, Kevin. And that's what they got him to do. But it's the offensive end where he has to make strides, especially in his three-point shooting. It's problematic for a perimeter player who struggles to get the ball in the basket. Well, in terms of pure talent, Asar Thompson has loads of it. I don't know if he has a ceiling.
Reed with a screen on Hardaway. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Down low. Pass to DiVincenzo. No good on the triple.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Harris passes to Cunningham. Shoots the 3. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this.
Happy to have you with us. Let's bring you up to speed on the winners of the Player of the Month awards. The Eastern Conference winner, Cade Cunningham.
When it comes to running the offense, he's been exceptional, making smart play calls and setting the tempo.
He is definitely the leader they need him to be, and the production speaks for itself. And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Pistons.
Well, they're playing bully ball inside, so much so that, Shaq, I'm going to let you take it.
Oh, yeah. 1-2. 1-2, 1-2, in the place to be, most definitely. They seize the paint like a MIC. Me and Ernie and Kenny.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the one.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the three, that really helps their spacing.
Hardaway sets a screen for Cunningham. Inside, it's stolen by Gobert. Conley with the three, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
McDaniels dishes to Conley. Oh, the lob to Gobert, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
And you look at Edwards. The third spot in the voting belongs to him. There are very few players with his ability from long range, and it looks like he'll be rewarded with a spot in the three-point contest.
And I'm sure there'll be some changes in the rankings still to come, but you're right. I'd be surprised if there's anyone who wouldn't cast a vote his way.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
Here's McDaniels, and it's blocked.
Well, Duran making his physical presence known.
Harris kicks to Thompson. Duran up top. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. Has to Gobert. Gobert the screen. McDaniels. Detroit with the rebound. Duran's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Thompson passes to Cunningham. A floater, and the layup is good. Cunningham's got 16.
Well, this is the story of the night for that defense. They have not been able to contain Cunningham.
Randall passes to Gobert. Outside Edwards. That three off the mark. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Cunningham sets a screen for Harris. His three-pointers off the mark.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Conley finds Randall. Now here's Gobert. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
McDaniels in the post. Working on Thompson. A shot by McDaniels. No good.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Conley with it. He's got 5. Over Cunningham. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Conley's got 7 now in this quarter.
And Conley, such a high IQ. When the mid-range opens up like that, he goes right up without hesitation.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to talk to his guys. Stewart's checked in for Duran. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Pistons second. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
I mean, both of these clubs rebounding at such a high rate. They're not just creating second chance opportunities, but even third and fourth opportunities at times.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Julius Randle.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Thompson against Edwards. Six to shoot. Reed with a screen on Thompson. Edwards with confidence.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Stewart kicks to Hardaway. Hardaway sets a screen for Thompson. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. To the middle. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists tonight. Outside Edwards. Pass to Reed.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Anthony Edwards. Averaging around 26 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
That one is off.
And they can't run away from this problem. Free throw shooting continues to be an issue that they need to address.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Mike Conley. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Pistons leading by 16. Hardaway, no good.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
Count it. Randall's got 17.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Stewart with the screen on Edwards. On the wing, Thompson. Edwards defending. The drive by Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
So fast of foot on the run, Asir, tough to catch.
Reed with the screen on Hardaway. Pass to Reed. Stewart with the steal. Here's Cunningham, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 18. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Detroit.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Reed. Pistons leading by 16. Harris outside. Pass to Thompson. Knocked away. Alexander Walker with the ball. It's up against Thompson. For 3, Edwards sinks the three-pointer. Edwards got 10 points.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Cunningham for 3. Good on the three-point shot. And the Pistons lead by 16.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Edwards getting the close range, too.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Cunningham finds Stewart. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, a little physicality just isn't enough to stop a big guy like Isaiah Stewart inside.
Pass to Reed. And here is Harris. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. From the arc, they get it again. Stewart misses from short range. Timberwolves trail by 16. Now here's DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. The 3-ball. Score of the basket is 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And here's Harris from the arc. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. Randall no good. Pistons leading by 13. Cunningham dishes it to Harris. Out to Hardaway. And it's Cunningham, top of the key. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Reed the pass to Edwards. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Look, Reed is a strong finisher. It's still unbelievable that he was undrafted because he is a force.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Holland, he's checked in for Asar Thompson. Malik Beasley comes in for Hardaway. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Cade Cunningham. And Beasley has the ball here for the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. To the inside, here's Stewart. Banked in off the glass. Stewart's got 4 this quarter.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
Pass to Edwards. Now DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot. Here's Reed. Sasser with the rebound.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selections. You have to be set up for success.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. To end the run. No good that time. Here's Holland. No good on the 3. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The guard pair for him will be Cunningham and Beasley. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
First one falls for him. After a solid rookie campaign, Coach, Jalen Duran had a breakout sophomore year.
Well, Kevin, Jalen Duran knows who he is. Averaging a double-double, but he stays within himself. Doesn't take very many jump shots, shot well over 60%, and he has got a great motor.
And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Yeah, nice read by Gobert. When he's providing an assist, that is a big bonus.
Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. Stolen by Reed. Outside Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Inside. Beasley comes with the double team, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The Pistons making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Cunningham. One shot.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Edwards with it. Pass to Reed. Over Thompson. Reed gets the bucket.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Hardaway kicks to Cunningham. Thompson passes to Duran. Shot clock at 6. Cunningham outside. Lets it go from deep. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Hardaway.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And that one misses.
Well, you know, Anthony Edwards has one of the highest motors we've seen. His relentlessness throughout the length of a game is just exceptional. He wears out the entire opposing team.
Second free throw, no good. Here's Cunningham.
And it's a great finish! Oh, my.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Detroit leading by 20. Cunningham kicks to Beasley. Back to Cunningham. Pistons passing it around. Pass to Duran. And the 3 ball is good. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 10 rebounds. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Has to Gobert. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And he makes that one.
Too much. Rudy Gobert can take a lot of contact down low.
Cunningham sets a screen for Thompson. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 21. It's Edwards on the wing. Over Hardaway. Edwards, no good. Beasley the pass to Thompson. And here's Cunningham. Pass to Hardaway. Duran sets the screen for Hardaway. The offensive rebound. Cunningham against DiVincenzo. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Effective from the mid-range. For Cunningham, it's about shooting with confidence.
And here is DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen on Cunningham. Here's DiVincenzo. Connects on the 17-footer. Detroit leading by 21. Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Hardaway. The tray. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Reed with it. Guarded by Hardaway. Fade away. And the shot no good. A bit short. Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Stewart checked in for Detroit.
Number 28, Isaiah Stewart.
Thompson outside. Beasley sets a screen for Thompson. Driving to the basket. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But, you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
Pass to Reed. Drills the three-pointer. Reed's got 10 points in just the second half.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Thompson, a screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Stewart. This one for 3. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Well, give Stewart room at the arc at your own risk. He'll stretch the floor whenever he can.
Edwards kicks to Reed. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards, and he drops it in from the low post. 17 points for Anthony Edwards.
Wow, he's found his game offensively here in the second half. Really has turned things around.
Timberwolves trail by 21. Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generation. What's your assessment?
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, Even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
And the Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. Cunningham's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 19. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
Shoot two.
The free throw drops for McDaniels.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Pistons leading by 18. Pass to Cunningham. Now here's Beasley. Gobert with the block.
Nice play by Gobert, providing elite rim protection for over a decade.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Detroit. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Beasley against Edwards. At the elbow, it's Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Trying to get something going, and it's good, 2 points.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Outside for Randall. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Another miss by Minnesota.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Here's Randall. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Randall's got 19 points.
And this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
4 personal foul. Team 4. At the line for your Pistons, Malik Beasley taking 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Beasley. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Beasley drops both of them. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Beasley outside. Harris outside. Out to the right wing. Thompson sets the pick for Harris. They get the rebound. Duren finds Thompson.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
At the line for Detroit, Thompson taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Pistons making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And so Thompson nails both of them. Minnesota with the ball, trailing by 19. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Hardaway. Edwards, no good.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Gobert against Duren. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Duren's got 7 now in this quarter. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Pass to Edwards. We've got 1:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the three ball.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Detroit.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Cade Cunningham.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. It's a 16-point game. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Randall. Launches it. Rebound by the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.